Hey Dix, welcome. And hello, Fairby. Hi to you too. Let me just shift this chat box a little bit. Doing fine, taking care of chores. Okay. It's good to hear you're doing fine. Did you restart the map? Hey Marias, welcome. Did you restart the Tarsus map? Not yet. Okay, yeah. No problem. I think you should focus on marble and timber for bulk exports. And the map has been made before the highways became a thing, so they can be actually very useful since the map is large and there are many obstacles, so the caravans could be sped up quite a bit. It gets really tiring, yes, it does. They're bloody expensive, yeah. Go figure, especially when the prices on export goods are so low. I think your best bet is just do some tents, give them bathhouse so they don't die, even like 1500 people in tents, and then make sure you export as much stuff as possible. Use the vines farm and the marble and timber, and then after that happens, just transition to taxes as soon as possible. It's hard to get a standardized block, but we managed to squeeze in 2 of them pretty nicely in the top oasis. Might be able to afford them. Yeah, that's what you should do. I think the map, I like that one specifically because it's so quirky. We are going to be taking a look at multiple maps, cities rather. We're not playing a map today. We are gonna review cities. The trade prices are awful. Oh yeah, they are. Caravanserai is actually huge, if you get it going. Okay, so let's start this. So I downloaded a bunch of cities from Haven and got some cities from Fairby as well. And we'll be taking a look at them today, so that maybe we can learn something, or no, depending on what we'll see. There might be some heresy involved, some of the cities might be pretty bad, we'll see. Hopefully only good stuff is gonna be mentioned. I tried to download the well-received things, but you never know. Also, we are gonna be taking a look at it through Augustus, so I might have to pause some of the maps, because if they are made in Julius, the cities would collapse in the scope of a year in-game because of different mechanics. So there's that. Okay, so why don't we start with something fairly simple. Gonna take a look at, where is it? Whisper Winds, Timeless Capua. So that's everywhere pestilence, yeah, and the labor issues. Yeah, right, so this is Capua. This is the first proper mission you do if you take the economic route. And this guy managed to get this city, which is apparently eternal, which means that if you let it run for ages, nothing will happen to it. It will sustain itself with people growing up and becoming employees and dying, and then the cycle repeats. You can see how much money he managed to get. And he went for Grand Insula and then a single patrician Grand Villa here. Only 3 wheat farms. We have 3 fruit farms, or actually no, 6 fruit farms. It makes sense since you want to make it balanced. And if we take a look at... Did I not get my hotkeys for overlay? Let's take a look at native risk so you can see the road layout. So you can see that this guy has gone with figure of 8 design. This is Julius, so he doesn't have roadblocks, he would have to use gatehouses, and on this mission on Capua you don't have access to gatehouses. So the way he has made this work is by making 2 interconnected loops, so there is a big crossroads, but it's basically the lesser evil than doing it the other way. You could do with separated blocks, but I guess he kinda needed this to be so that everything is covered. If you take a look at the normal overlay again, you can take a look how he handles water, so 2 fountains for everything. Desirability, some large statues in the middle and on the side. It looks like, yeah, a bunch of education things and entertainment here. And did he double up on anything? Actually don't think so. He has some oracles and a couple of small temples. The city is insanely rich because he let it run for an insane amount of time. But you can see he achieved all hundreds ratings. And population is nowhere near where it needs to be, but I suppose that was not what this attempt was about. It was about hundreding everything and making a single block that would be eternal instead. So if we run this with Augustus, you can try it for a year or 2, but you will see what happens. We should see some big problems. Figure of 8, yeah, it's not about looks, it's about efficiency. This is what you do if you don't have access to gatehouses or roadblocks, and you want your farming and services and then housing. Natural. I don't know, I don't care about looks much, but this is what you do if you don't have roadblocks or gatehouses. So Jake uses it as well in some of his cities. It's not perfect by any stretch, but if you are limited, this is what you need to do if you want your things to be stable. Also insane how few farms he only has compared to how many people are in the city. And he didn't use most of the map. He also does leave the trees where he doesn't need to cut into, so that usually gives the cities more natural look. And looks like he has a single vault axis, so everything is tailored to measure, and you can see the Colosseum has access through this tile here. It's pretty good. Efficient design for how many tools he has access to. Next up, let's take a look. We have, it's timeless Capua, we have Eternal Carthago. So it looks like, again, 500,000 denarii, 5,000 population, all hundreds ratings. Looks like he pacified the natives, built a bunch of farms here. In terms of blocks, it looks like we have 3 blocks in total. Yeah, you can see the road layouts. This is a granary. This is a granary. So the road is coming through there. There are no gatehouses here. You can see the roads are kinda messy, but at the same time everything is placed with a purpose, as it should be. But for example, this is not something you would want if you had roadblocks. You can see the fishing all around here. How many reservoirs do we have? 2 access to water. He didn't use the islands for fishing. And it looks like he might be importing wheat here. I think he is. Yeah. So the city is reliant on imports, which is something you don't see much, because importing food is usually terrible, but I suppose it's only used for the patricians mostly. No, these guys have wheat in them as well. Yeah, because it's part of the same block. This map is fine. It's not difficult. In terms of custom maps, how difficult are custom maps? This one is very easy. I beat it with freaking militia, which is just prefects. So the start is horrific, but what you do at the start is just mass delete this, so that you have a functional place to build up in. You just cannot save it. Just delete it. Let the natives calm down, and then build your own stuff. Because the people who made the pre-built city on this map are actually, like, it feels like they don't know their own game at all. Everything is so horribly designed. But here, someone has done a good job without any gatehouses as well. There might be some in terms of the walls, but none of them inside the city itself, which is usually something you don't see much because gatehouses are a very important tool. Also, this city is eternal, so he managed to get it to 70 AD and 500,000 denarii. It's fluctuating at around 10% unemployment, and it looks like we have hundreds all ratings. Of course, the population is not reached, so that he's actually able to continue with the city as it is. It's good to see a lot of the Grand Insulae, and it just goes to show how little you actually need in terms of food. There are the imports for sure, but in terms of, like, you could use all this for fishing and even fish here. So you could still have a whole bunch more food if you really wanted to, and since he ran out of the attacks, he could even use this. Looks like he's not trading with these natives at all, and he might be selling some things. Exportable, importable. Yeah, he exports some wine and oil. And exports marble. Where is he mining the marble? Something I would like to see. Usually you mine this. Yeah, okay. Just one quarry. No towers. And he'd go on with 2 legionaries, 1 cavalry and 3 javelin units. Take a look at how many prefectures are there. He has to have a whole bunch because of how the roads work and how interconnected everything is. So you can see like 3 prefects for this. There's another one up there. And then here it's just prefect city. It's a lot of prefects. But again, that is expected if you build something as interconnected as this. You just need the fire protection, especially in the desert. And to be able to reach the culture, he spammed the culture buildings here. But again, everything's placed with a purpose. He even has a senate house. And how much is he earning through taxes? He's only at 6% taxation, 82% people are taxed, and he's earning not that much actually. So it's gonna be Carthago, which is apparently eternal, and Zoran's Mediolanum. This one is also interesting. So this is Mediolanum mission, many of you will be familiar with it. And it looks like he's using forced walkers, or is it... Oh, this is freaking double roads. Okay, triple roads, can you see this? Like desert maps, it's ugly. Yeah, but they are interesting in terms of mechanics. Is this forced walker setup or not? I don't think it is, because I don't... Oh, yeah, it is. Right here. These are forced to distribute food to everything here along this line. These roads are insane. This is insane. I think somebody somewhere is having a good time though. This is what the people in the manual mentioned, like, yeah, widen the streets. Unfortunately in practice it usually does not work very well. I don't know. One thing is he's actually being able to do it because he has the forced markets, so they can just walk everywhere because they are destination walkers, because they want to reach the other side of the market, so they will go and follow this road until they go all the way around and then go here, and they will ignore the offshoots. But one thing that I would like to take a look at is actually, where is it? Risks, damage. How many engineers does he have? Did he force a freaking engineer? How is this not collapsing? There are no engineers here. He has one over here. This is insane. I never saw anything like this. The roads are just... he went for looks, clearly. He also likes the cobbled roads, so no plaza everywhere. Patricians over here. And with forts, you have 2 legionaries here. You have some towers. We have more forts over here, nearby the farm, so they don't impact the desirability. And he's built this here. And it does, it's not eternal, clearly, but the risks just don't add up. I think the collapse is risky. No, there is a guy walking here just in time. Apparently, is he forced? I was under the impression you cannot force 1-by-1 buildings. But he's walking like he has a purpose. This is not a random walker. Yeah. Clearly he's forced. Because if there is a guy that's roaming, this is what would happen with the roads. You just constantly walk. Now he's returning, but if he's roaming, he would just mill about a lot. So if you follow him when he comes out... Yeah, this is his road. He wants to go somewhere in here. Yeah, now he's just milling about a little bit. He does that, he does that, he does that. That's not what you want. But with forced walkers, this can be made to work. You can see how large setup it requires though. This is a lot of stuff that needs to be done in order for this to operate. All of this. Basically the markets gobble up the goods, and then the market ladies distribute it via the forced walker setup. And you can see that he built everything around that lake, which usually you don't want to do because it's very tight for regular construction. Not so much for the forced walkers, so. Impressive how he managed to get away with hideous roads. So this is what you can do, even though I wouldn't recommend anyone to try it. It really goes against everything that the game is. Is the clinic and the barber forced? We can take a look at that. There's a barber there. Looks like he's forced. For sure, like you wouldn't be able to get them access otherwise. He managed to force 1-by-1 buildings. Yeah. The health is decaying before he reaches everything, but as long as it does not deplete, yeah. Some trouble in paradise. Looks like something broke. I didn't actually fiddle around with anything, so I'm not sure why. Maybe it's something related to Augustus. Yeah, it's a Julius save, for sure. So this is not what's supposed to happen properly. Yeah. But it was working for a little bit, so we saw how everything operates. Is just, you know, I guess those things. That's what I said, like if we let the cities run while taking a look at them, they might collapse. So we might need to pause a lot, but nevertheless, quite impressive with the roads. Never saw anything like it. My mind just screams no to it, but it's forced Volker setting. One thing to note, Augusto's team actually mentioned that forced Volkers are basically a bug in the game, so they are not something that should be focused on too much, and it's not gonna be supported long term, which Augustus thinks. And we can take a look at the initial Carthage city. So how, like, when you start this map, you get attacked by natives. You have emigration already, you can see people leaving. And the natives are just all over the place. Bunch of freaking tents. It's just, if you wanted to save this, which you can, but it's difficult. It's just, even the road layout is so terrible. You wouldn't be able to do anything with it. Are there even prefects here? There is one. And gods are mismanaged, of course. Well, yes, that's what you should do. Just remove it, let the natives calm down, and then build a proper city. So that was Mediolanum by Zoran. We took a look at Eternal Carthago and Timeless Capua. Now, we can take a look at my map. It was played by Trollgu. And Trollgu actually includes a bunch of his early game saves as well, so you can actually see from the timeline how the city develops and what it ends up being. So it's in Tutelum Imperi, quite tough map. It's very, very difficult to play this one. So it looks like he annoyed the gods a little bit, but he managed to set up a block here. Mission post. He's making some weapons here, selling it to the natives. So this is early city. Also, he is using this trick. So if you place just 3 tiles individually without placing the 4th one, you will increase the immigration, because they will send out a person to each plot, while if you build 4x4, it's gonna try to do it like this. And he's cut open this passage, which usually is not something you should do. And he established a fort immediately. You can take a look at another save from his perspective. Looks like he's fighting some native attack. And he's giving people water already. Looks like he's making money. And I'm actually interested, there are wolves here. Oh yeah, he walled them off with a clinic, right. That's how he has done it. Let's take a look at another save he has made. Another attack by natives, looks like. He has 3 forts already. Still selling stuff to the natives, haven't expanded to the trade area yet. He's fishing. People are not getting food yet. Now this is a save that's more interesting. Looks like we have some gods invading already. He has managed to get some legionaries, he has some javeliniers to fight it. Looks like we are getting food to the people finally. And he has transferred over here, which he is developing these areas into housing as well. He's playing on Julius, so he has to provide labor access. That's why he has houses intermingled with everything else. And he has 2 docks here. Another save. fighting the natives. He actually was aware where they would arrive from, so he set up his legions in advance. Still selling stuff to the natives. Looks like he's making some oil here. And he's opting for hovels, because they can be taxed. And they wouldn't mind it in Julius, even though in Augustus you wouldn't be able to pull this off. The people would absolutely screech at you and you would die from disease, most likely, if you had so many people. Why does he use library with Julius? I don't know what you mean, but many people will opt to use library instead of schools because of how irregular the school children walk in Julius, because they have very short range compared to Augustus children from the school, because it actually fixes their pathing a little bit. But in Julius the school is very unreliable, so you can have either a library or a school. So many people would just use the library instead because it sends out a regular walker. But we don't see any of it here. He doesn't give them education. I'm kind of puzzled why he doesn't make them small castle, but there must be a reason behind it. Another save, another attack. Yeah, looks like he's developed this area. Now he's making them casa apparently. Oh, he doesn't have plaza, so he's using the gardens. Maybe desirability is a little bit of a problem. This might be a patrician block in the future. Hey Quasi. Or a settler trade. Yeah, take a look at some cities in Caesar. Not necessarily playing ourselves today. A lot of gods. Let's take a look at another save. And his money is kinda tight. And he just densified everything up. It's like a bunch of towers. Hippodrome. Oh, he managed to get freaking luxury palaces on this map, that's impressive. He's using 2 triumphal arches. They don't act as roadblocks, apparently. When you place them in this orientation. That's useful. Some insulae here. That's his labor sponging. The native pacification industry. And that's his last save. Why not fountains? Well, let's take a look. Oh, that is his labor sponge. So each mission post takes up 20 employees and it requires 1 tile of road to operate. And then you have fountains. Which fountains require 4 employees. So if you add that up, it's gonna be 12, 16 employees for the mission post itself. But if you are concerned about space efficiency, it's more efficient to go with mission posts, because you can do this. You can make them missionary drum circles, and this is more efficient than if you cover this in fountains. Hey Baron. But he just likes to do that because it's also less clicking. You cannot drag and drop fountains. So if you don't want to destroy your mouse, you can just place these things, which saves you a lot of clicks. So yeah, I also like to use this. I don't like to use the water parks much. I use them like twice throughout all the streams. And it's where I don't have access to mission posts. I'm sure loves working here, yeah, clearly. Okay, and we have another Trollgu map. So he played Salic Certamen, and that's the map that's... I think it's my hardest map I made. So he started with investing into military right away, and he's making a block here. You can see how he places the 1x1s in order to increase the initial immigration, and then he will merge them. And he's well aware of where the houses can be placed in order for them to merge. So he knows even the desert tiles for the mergers. That's something that I find completely insane, because it's so difficult to interpret that. But you wouldn't be able to do this in Augustus, of course. But here he has managed to do it. He doesn't sell anything yet, I don't think. No, he does. He pacified the natives, and he's selling them marble and furniture. So that's his economy for the early game here. Let's take a look at another save. Oh no, where is it? Looks like the first attack is here. Selicids, he's fighting them in the pass. And he did not cut open the access areas, which is smart. It will delay your immigration a little bit, but it's necessary. Also, he's building the large temples, which in Augustus it's even more salty because you need the architects and the work camps, but he's managed to do that. He has a military academy as well. So clearly the natives are allowing him to sell a lot of stuff, even if the warehouse needs to be placed quite far away. The requests are piling in. Let's take a look at another save. Another attack. Looks like he managed to get some insulae here. He's utilizing this oasis for food, for fruits. He's making some pottery. Actually importing it, I think. No, he's making his own here. And then getting it over there. And we have some glorious large casas. I guess they are not gonna be large casas for long though. They just need some desirability or something. Well, yeah, it's Augustus. It's Augustus. Yeah. And he's expanding to the native area in the center, where he can dock. Let's take a look at another save. Okay, huge invasion by Selicids, but he's managed to build himself a nice little thing here. It's like he managed to get these things to insulate, these things to insulate as well. So a lot of tax revenue, most likely. He has some Grand Insulae here, which that's impressive. Also, this is an invasion point. This is very brave to use this. I would be very worried building like this. But Trogu knows he will data mine your maps, and he will just take a look. Oh yeah, there's an invasion coming from here, and it's gonna happen at this year. So he just positions his troops right here before they enter the map. That's how he's able to beat that. Oh, he patricians? He's making them into patricians. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be his patrician block. There we go, that's the attack I was talking about. Looks like he just kills them with towers. Because this is a simultaneous one, maybe. Yeah. What are the patricians? Yeah, patricians are happening. They are Grand Villas, but bunches of them. That's a lot. You can see money is not a problem for him anymore. So he's just expanding to all the areas that have fertile land and building them up. Looks like his earthquake was very lucky. Usually he likes to reset until he gets the best outcome for the earthquakes. And his army got sent to save a distant Roman city, I think. So he's not even afraid to do that. Another stage in development. You can see he's using this middle area as well. This map is just covered in natives, by the way. This is my hardest map. And he's managed to pacify a lot of them, but as I said, impressive. This man has no fear. Just building up against the edge. Like nobody's business. Okay. And that's his final save. It's like he managed to reach 100 all ratings. Managed to reach 10,000 pop. Can fulfill all the requests, has insane amount of money. Okay. Now, another map. He played, that's the other one I had very big problems with, and many more people had problems with because it's so salty. This is the islands map, you might have seen me play it a bunch. It's very, very difficult. So he's starting with immediately placing down a fort, barracks on this mainland, and then he uses this island as you should for oil and housing. And he will be selling that off through a dock, I think, later. I had this one break out my bridge, is going to me, yeah. Well, it's still the problem of actually building freaking patricians on this island, which is not simple. Even if you manage to trivialize the military with the bridge cheese, it's still not good. It was incredibly difficult. If only military was easy to set up in Augustus. Yeah, it's not easy, so... Definitely would have more problems while playing Augustus. Another save, let's take a look. Oh no, where is it? It's here. It's the first attack, it's massive. It's because you have the bridges, yeah. It has using towers here, okay. He has a dock. He's using even this area for housing. And this upper area as well. Everything is just made to measure. I think they will ravage the city though. Probably would have used the units differently when they try to beeline it for the city. Let's take a look at another save. It's this one. Yeah, another attack. It's the earthquake. And he's using this island. Oh yeah, he uses the bridge cheese. He's running low on money, but that's fine. He's camping that spot. He has high favor. He doesn't really go into that. These rounds were made without even taking the bailout, I think, which is quite insane. Even while playing on Julius, still insane. These bridges, insane costs. He's making a block here. This is actually quite good fit. Like, it's difficult to squeeze in a proper block in here, but he's managed to do it. It's large casa, which is it is, but still, good job. Here as well. Just spawn camping the enemies. Let's take a look at another save. So it's establishing a new block here. This island has been colonized. This is an insanely long bridge. But you can't build Lipolito. Here's some insulae here and patricians, yeah. Patricians here. Made these into insulae. These as well. Let's take a look at his last save. Hey Rambek, welcome. So hundreds all ratings, 8,500 population. It's impressive to get as high ratings as he did on the Grand Villas. So Keter, they've been doing alright. The other cats have been doing some shenanigans. Impressive. He's used almost all of the islands. It's actually the earlier version of the map as well, which doesn't have the central island. And this is his Adreskis Belaran, and he's doing something different than I do. I've won this map like 3 times on stream before. I'm quite fond of it. So he's using 3 clay pits here to be able to get out more pottery initially. Právě k těm Macedonia, it's the islands map. And he's gonna be using water from this to water these people, I think. I really like that one, it's very salty. It's very salty. So he starts with that. He's like measuring people to an extreme extent. He's just able to interpret how many people he'll need at all times, and you don't see him floating labor or needing employees mostly. It's just this man knows his Caesar insanely well. Looks like he's building right up against this edge, which is an invasion point, by the way, but I'm sure he knows that to be able to get some tax? No, he's not taxing because you don't have forums on this map. That's right. But yeah, he's using a reservoir in there, as I said. He's making some furniture, selling some pottery, living the high life. He's making some pottery here as well. And you can see how long he's managed to get the carters to bring the pottery to and still retain some efficiency. That's impressive. Another save. Looks like he's manufacturing weapons now, like in barracks, designing his regular block here. Did he have the earthquake already? No, not yet. This is still the same thing. Bailout. Tars. He's like one of those really reputed lawyers who at their senior ages take losing case to challenge themselves. Yeah, basically. I also think he's quite old, because usually we around the community are like 25 to 35, I think, and he might be quite a bit older than that. I'm not sure, but this man has been playing Caesar for a long time, and I think he's been playing it all these years when it was left forgotten on a shelf before Augustus became a thing, before Julius became a thing. He just knows everything in the game, even the freaking merger tiles, he knows them on desert maps. That's insane. Road room blocked. It's probably due to Augustus things. I don't think he would have that.
This city is so boring.
I still remember that and installed it then before Julius. Casino Caesar. I'm gonna have to pause it, otherwise the game is gonna go apeshit. Okay, so yeah, he's designing his patricians here, and apart from that, he's using all the farming areas that are around the map, and this is all without taxing, because you cannot get forums on this map. So he's just gonna use the Senate for the patricians as he should, and then he's selling a huge amount of things, but you can see the ships are adding up quite a bit. You can see the labor, just everything's tailored to maximize efficiency. I really admire that. Again. Get by, yeah. All the cat people have congregated here, apparently. It's another fight. Let's take a look what changed here. Looks like he's just going hovels because he doesn't want to give them anything extra. And in Julius you can totally do that. If you had this in Augustus, the hovel people would absolutely shriek at the existence of these patricians. But that's not what Julius is about. Let's take a look at his tax rates. 25%, of course. See the rampage? No. Oh yeah, like we are playing on Augustus, so it could happen. It's just the road to Rome block thing. It's gonna destroy everything and constantly interrupt the game. No. We cannot have nice things. We cannot see people rampage the city. I'm sorry. I tried. It doesn't work. Yo, let me just load it. And was this his last save? Yeah. Okay. Next map. Colonial Ar Marshes. Also insane map. With a red of cats. Yeah, Linehouse has been one of the most used channels actually. So Colonial Ar Marshes, quite nice map. I like it a lot. You have these valleys which you need to expand into. But this map is, even though you have only 2 choke points, it's still insane how much military you actually need to beat it. It's very difficult. You can only have 1 reservoir that's here and need to bring it through the natives all the way to these valleys. And you have wolves and you can only sell some pretty bad things. So it's I think it ranks like top 3 hardest maps I've made. There are at least 5 people who beat it so far. Yeah, a lot of natives, a lot of natives, and he's setting up here so that he can actually use the labor quickly because time is of the essence. Sending cat pictures is fun. Well, it's made for that reason. And he's blocking in the wolves, and you can see he's not even willing to spend an extra denari to place freaking corner aqueducts. I would be terrified of this. But no, Drogo knows. Drogo is sure how to cheese the wolves properly. This is insane. Another save. Let's take a look at it. Is he building up the military already? No, he's just using his money to build up an economy initially, which is pretty handy. It's too many cat pictures, yeah, clearly. I just saw the one that my girlfriend posted, which was when the cats were little, when they were camping in my lap a lot, both at the same time. Because nowadays they only can fit 1 at a time, but when they were little, they were camping there all the time together. And the female one, the black and white one, was just laying on its back, looking all weird. It was really funny. So, did he develop anything else? Not yet. So, slow going, but that's expected on this map. You just cannot overextend or you will suffer. Okay, first attack. He's using copious amounts of towers. Pretty well designed actually, as a kill box. And he's spreading the aqueducts around, even to this. So he's gonna use this for towers as well. And he will actually retain this area for a block. You need to get a bigger lab, yeah, clearly. Gonna have to grow bigger muscle, I guess, to accommodate all the cats. Always. What is this? Can you see that? It's insane. It doesn't work. I think it works. Or no, he has deleted the OG road and placed the aqueducts. I see. Right. Hungry soldiers. Yeah. Have long dancer. Aqueducts can occupy the same spaces as roads. Well, yeah, they can. And Julius, you can do the magical Roman water, but not in Augustus. It has actually been patched in Augustus. Because it's an exploit. And he's still not using the coastal area. It's something. Let's take a look at another save. Baroness sad. I rejoice at that not being a thing. Reasonable people approve. Let's take a look. Still, he loves his hovels, apparently. He's just going mass hovels. He's probably taxing them to oblivion as well, yeah. What is his tax rate? 25%, of course. What's his wages at? 43 denarii, yeah. And he's using the labor prioritization as well. He's using these areas for farms. Has skill boxes. Narbo. This one is the next one, I think. Right? He's building some stuff on the coast now. All his forts are tucked in this valley. Even more development. You can see a bunch of small castle. It's usually the go-to housing in Julius. Oh, some insula here. It's interesting. The higher tax is definitely useful. These might become patricians eventually, actually. This has been huge for him. He's building that block on fertile land, but he knows he doesn't need it all. It's a good knowledge of the map. And he's still running with tight budget. Everything tailored to measure. Yeah, patricians developed out of this block as expected. Bunch of large temples. Oh yeah, you don't have plaza, and you don't have gardens, and you don't have statues on this map. Oh, no, you do have gardens, but you don't have statues or plaza, I think. No, he has plaza. Why is he not using it everywhere? I think he made a challenge run where he didn't use plaza or statues here. So I was thinking that. But this is not the save. Probably played it again, and that's a different file. Some highways between these cliffs would look awesome. Yeah, this map is suitable for highways as well, if you manage to afford them, which is not a given. This map is insane in terms of how difficult the economic aspects are. At least early on. Right now he's just swimming in money because of the patricians. And because of Julius' tax rate. And no levy, of course. But yeah, overall impressive. I actually didn't expect him to use this block and this block, so you should use the valleys instead, but he managed to do without that. Let's take a look. Guys, this is Zypod's map, so you can see someone else how they build their city. I don't know what map this is. This is a custom map of sorts. I don't know who made it or how it's called, but that doesn't really matter. And Baron would be happy. You see 4 legionary forts here. Bunches of weapons. It's actually like having some different freaking housing here. These roads. It's just how? Can you see the road layouts on this? Or am I crazy? This is like grid building. This is insane. Okay, let's take a look at damage protection. How many engineers does he need to have? Quite a few, yeah. Makes sense, since the roads are so hideous. You just really need invest into you can see an insane amount of engineers posts absolutely everywhere. But nevertheless, like, I wouldn't have patience to be able to fiddle around with the patterns of the walkers to be able to do this. So props for that, I guess. I'm not saying it's nice, it's just impressive. Also, farming layout, very good, very efficient, I like that. But the housing is something else. What about his... oh yeah, he has patricians in here, quite a few. What about his services? Theaters, or no, taverns. Theaters. Is he using force walkers for it? Or the destination walkers? Yeah, he probably is. Quite a few theaters to be able to cover everything. What about schools? Yeah, he needs an insane amount of schools. And he's not going for hundreds all city. But he still needs like 4 for this area. There would be like 1 regular block with 1 school otherwise, and 3 of them in here. Okay. But it works. It's quite large, 13,000 population as well, and we have some barren walls. Makes sense since he uses the legionaries. Probably all the enemies are coming from this side of the map. That's what I would expect with this layout. Syracuse by Zypods. Same author for the city, just a different map. It's a custom map of Syracuse. You have a huge bay. Did I play this one? I don't remember too well, but it doesn't seem too difficult. You only have this as an invasion point. His city is gonna have the same sort of grid pattern, I think. Yeah, this is something. How many engineers are there? Quite a few. To be able to pull this off. These are patrician areas, and still, even with the patricians, he has the grid pattern everywhere. That's why. That's not how this game works. Somehow it's working. I don't know how. I wouldn't dare to try any of this. It's insane. Fishing is insanely lucrative on this map, apparently. There's a bunch of dogs here. There's a patrician here. A rogue patrician villa. A lot of Grand Insulae. He did a good job at the cliffs. Made a map for Augustus and didn't allow gatehouses and roadblocks. Yeah, you could do that. Then you would have to use Figure of 8 or Garden Access. I don't like that idea. It's just... I could just isolate everything. Because I could just have it for getting the granaries themselves, and you would incorporate the granaries to your loops. So not even a Figure of 8, just regular block designs, but isolate everything as much as possible. It wouldn't be so different. Sardinia, Corsica by Eraserhead. It's a custom map of Corsica and Sardinia, and he has built a city that's all on the coast. You have the inland, but he didn't really use it for anything relevant. Even 1x1's used here. Is he using forced walkers? Yes, he is. Forced walkers everywhere. This is his industry. Bunch of patrician villas. Is this a no military map? Yeah, it's no military map. Just 5,000 people in the city. Let's take a look at the fire risk. How many prefects does he have to have? Oh yeah, Baron, are you still here? I need to show you something. Corsica at Sardinia. I need to show you something. You will despair, as I did when I saw it. Would you take a look at those roads? It's triple roads and double roads all the way around. And this man has managed to force Volker a freaking barber and a clinic, as well as an engineer. Local gesture. No, this is not how this game works. I mean, it's impressive, but I want to barf. The roads are just hideous. I hate it. He clearly went for looks here, just to proof of concept this, I think. Because this is not how this game works. If you try to do this and you don't have insane experience, you would die. So what were they looking at? Corsica and Sardinia, right? Yeah. So this is how we build it up. This looks quite nice. Looks, yes, but efficiency and the game mechanics wise, it's horrible. Oh yeah, he's trading with the natives. That's actually 3 native carters. Are there more native huts? Where are they? Oh yeah, there is another one here. And another one there. Okay. Seems to have been working fine. With extensive game knowledge and abusing the forced walkers, which are a bug. Yes. It goes against everything this game is. This is the beginning stages. 3 native trading huts. This map is a money printer city. It's this stage, yeah, he's building up the first walkers soon, I think. But does he have them already? Oh, 2x2 plazas. 2x2 plaza. Okay, I guess he already has the first walkers somewhere. Does he? He's forcing him into bad house, otherwise none of this would work. Because of the 2x2s. You need to force everything, and forcing walkers is a bug. This is not how this game is supposed to be played. Ask Todd Howard. He'll tell you everything about it. Plaza, you never see that. But the man that made this sprite in the original Caesar 3 didn't know how his own game works. Because it's never used for a very good reason. Okay, we have some other maps. I actually have quite a few. Where is it? Safe Pass to Asia. This is a map by Fairbuy. And he managed to win this custom map without removing any trees. Flying Dances says, Pro, does I reserve the right to win my campaign in as many stupid ways as I can think of? Yes, but be aware that Augustus team shares my view on it. I've heard Caryu and even other people in Augustus team talk about how forced walkers are a bug. There will be a regular pestilence here. Okay. And not an intended way to play the game. So you can use it, it's fine. I just don't. So I find it abhorrent and against everything that this game is. The inhabitants are used to it by now, yeah. So without removing any trees, Fairbuy has managed to beat this map. It's insane. Absolutely insane. He's using some highways, which is nice incorporation. Never actually saw that ourselves. It costs 1 denarii upkeep per month, which is insane. You will be paying 1,000 denarii yearly for just a couple of highways. I think there should be a building that would slash the road maintenance costs in half, but that might be difficult to code. So Fairbuy needed to find spots where he could fit the blocks in, and they all have to be irregular designs like this. So if you take a look at the damage risk, you can see the block design. It's right here, very crooked, but it's to the extent that you have in the trees. Just if you don't remove any trees, you have to carefully build up everything in these small gaps. There is a road overlay further down. Like this. I'm using the damage mostly, or natives. I don't mind the columns usually, and also it shows me the engineers, which usually for cities that don't have good. Yeah, this is a lot of engineers whereby. It's because of the trees. You are just maiming yourself. Just remove the trees. Your life will be 100% better. It's because of the highways. Yeah, because they are wider, right? Yeah, they need to be wide. That sucks. Didn't allow engineers. Okay. That's why. There's some patricians here. Some engineers in between. Makes sense. It's like we have 5 luxury palaces here. Good. We have a monument, Colosseum. Where did you build your monument construction things? Shall have a bunch of trade here. It's culture spam. Looks like all hundreds except favor and culture actually. It's not all hundreds. Basically in the middle. Middle is here. Yeah. Okay. Caravanserai. Exports. You have Grand Temple to Ceres. Grand Temple to Venus. Oh no, Mars, sorry. And Grand Temple to Mercury. Mars is very important for this map. It's quite heavy into military. Where are your forts? Oh, you had to remove the forts when you outwitted the attacks. I see. Because of the space. Because of the trees that you could easily remove. I see. Yeah. I see. It all is coming together now. Okay, so we have a bunch of clay pits. Yeah, overall quite nice. Like the cities end up looking very natural. But again, it's to my Caesar 3 brain, this is causing insane damage. The invasion stopped. I needed another 1500 population. Yeah, I think you mentioned that. Actually, shouldn't really cheat. Yeah, no, it's not cheating. Just outwitted the attacks. That's what many people do. I don't like it, but it just happens. Because, especially when you add any sort of challenge to these things, it just happened naturally to you. So, I suppose that's another way to approach it. Like, I didn't outweigh the attacks, it just happened, you know? But yeah, with any sort of challenge, the time scale of the mission might become a little bit tighter, so if there was a time limit here, you would be in trouble, but that's why most good maps actually have time limits. Just do not allow people to do that. Because there are people who would outweigh your attacks intentionally. Not saying you did, but there are people who do. So that's not fun. I like them to live with the danger in mind. Where is it? Procurator, that's just Carthage. Lotus Magna, Eraserhead. Another city by Eraserhead. He actually also uses Julius, I think. Quite good block design. Even though he connected it to things, it's still good. In terms of space efficiency. You can see how many houses he has. Also, going with medium insula is usually not very good. But in terms of what he had access to, it's probably the best. He has quite a few patricians here. Grand Insulae. This is a huge city, 20,000 population. Another block. This other map area hasn't really been used for anything either. He's built some gardens nearby the natives. Forts over here. It's a nice city. Yeah, it's quite big. Quite large as well. Culture block. A lot of markets. Like a lot. What's this road layout? Is this forced? This is forced. Yeah, he needed to force this. Because he wouldn't be able to get away with that horrific design otherwise. But this is nice. This is how you should build your cities. This is good. This is nice. This is what I like. That's efficient. This is bloated. For the amount of housing that's here, this is not efficient at all. But, you know, it works. And it's something different. People just like to do different things because they find something boring. So that's why they do things like this, even though they commit crimes against city building in the process. However, it works. It doesn't collapse, so good job on that. We have labor sponging in here. A bunch of mission posts. Do they actually work without any road connection? Yeah, so you don't even need roads. It's actually good to know. It's something I learned from this. Good. So we can just labor sponge even harder without needing the roads. Oh yeah, he's using much more Roman water as well. Oh, they don't even need any access to the houses? No. Mission posts can be placed anywhere, even isolated. Doesn't have a soul of water park. Maybe. But mission posts are more efficient. They take up 20 employees and 4 tiles, and fountains take 4. So this is more labor efficient. Price-wise, it's 100 denarii and fountain is 15. So you would be paying less for fountains. So it's your poor man's labor sponge is a fountain. No, you don't. They can be isolated. They don't need access to the city. They can be cut off. Because sometimes you have natives cut off as well, so you need to like pacify them so that there's no reach from the cliffs or whatever. And they are made like that. The mission post is a strange cookie. It works like this. It doesn't need a freaking road to have employees in it. And even if you have very few people in the city, they will actually keep working. Because the devs figured out that it wouldn't be much fun if you struggle with labor suddenly and then all your mission posts stop working. So they will function even with very limited labor. So this is how we build it up. I think we don't need to see the stages here. Oh yeah, this thing. Okay. Road layout. This is forced, I think. Right? No, this is... Is this... Yeah. Forced engineer? How's this working? I mean, I bet he's forcing them. Yeah, for 40,000 population. But this is a sandbox map. Everything's fertile. It's just, when you look at it, your eyes just start to water. And it's just, everything's flat, so it's a sandbox map. Is this forced? I cannot figure it out. Let's take a look at it again. He has some markets here. I bet it's forced. There are access points through the waterways there, yeah. So he's forcing them through there. And then they need to come all the way around to come back here. Yeah, that's how he's managing that. You can see it here. Each place has the same thing. He's growing and making their own things here. Insane fishing. Labor sponging with prefectures. 6 employees per tile. It's actually quite good. It's just freaking police state. And he has a lot of castles as source of labor for all the patricians. He's also forcing that, I think. Yeah. He's forcing that as well. Because he has the snake path. This wouldn't be working without the forced walkers. Insane. And especially how many freaking patricians he has. And the money is 4 million. Yeah, this is providing access to all these people. With the force walkers. Destination walkers rather. Okay. We have a rebel Lagdanum by Bruegel. Let's take a look at it. Again, forcing markets to be able to get all of this covered. I think it's forcing everything here. Yeah, another force walker set up there. So all these people are getting access by force walkers. Grand Insulae. We have some patricians here. Looks like Grand Villas. Rebel city, so he's using the towers to take out the Caesar's guys when they reach the city each time. There's some units. He has a bunch of meat farms here. Population is 6,000. And he didn't even use all of the map. Like 3 bridges on each spot. This is something. Bruegel is very good. Let's take a look at his engineers. I think this might be the map where Bruegel only uses like 2 engineers posts or something. Yeah, there is 1 engineer there. He's being forced. Where is the other engineer? There are no engineers in this city. It's like 2 prefectures, 2 engineers for this entire thing. This is insane. This man is absolutely insane. 2 engineers for this. Hey Frankie, welcome. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't even know. I don't even want to know how. It's because they are forced, most likely, or at least one of them is. But still, like, this. I don't know what to say. But suffice to say, 2 engineers posts for this entire city doesn't seem reasonable in terms of what the game thinks you should be spending on engineers posts. You should have like 20, but an achievement for sure. He also goes full rebel city, so that is instrumental to keep Caesar fighting him, I guess. So he actually tailored it so that he has that. It's just okay. Just flexing. This is how he made it. I don't want to know. Or do we want to know? Maybe we want to know. What's his beginning stages? This is how he started it. So, starting with military. And where is his block? He's building it with just roads like this. Because tents actually don't accumulate collapse risk on their own. Yeah, that wouldn't work in August. These people would absolutely explode from disease. But yes, you can see what you can do if you go with Chileans. If you really want to go with the exploity kind of thing. I think this is peak efficiency. Make no mistake, it really is. So what has he added? A clay pit and a warehouse. He's making some goods. I guess he goes without any trade. Is he going without any trade at all? No, he's opened up trade to Mediolanum and he's selling them weapons. Where is he making those weapons? I can see the weapons. Oh yeah, it's here. It's just these 2 workshops. I see. And still 1 engineer's post. just expand it upon that. Looks like the engineer is still covering all of this. There's a granary here. And here, what's the damage risk? Somehow this engineer is covering that? Or he's gonna build the other one soon. Either way, we'll see. Damage risk. No, still one engineer's post. How? This man is covering the entire city. Let's give him some time. See him. He's turning back, I don't know. Oh, Garden Road. Is that why? No. Why is this not collapsing? Maybe it's gonna collapse, he's just building up the city before it happens. Might be what he's going for. Now he's built the other engineer and he's gonna be forced to cover the city. Yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah, we've seen it. Let's move on. No, not saving our city. Let's load it. Rebel Lagdanum. And we have Martes Valencia as well. So this is another guy. We haven't seen a city from him yet. Is he using forced walkers as well? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look like it. This is just a proper design. He's using a lot of markets though, because his road layout is hideous, I think. Oh no, it's just loops interconnected with a single road. It's not very good. You could get away with gatey houses if you're playing Julius, or roadblocks if you're playing Augustus, but you know, it works. But it forces you to use excess services because it's so inefficient. So all these markets you would get away with like 2 if you didn't have that. That's how horrible it is for your city to build something like this. Luxury palaces. Culture block with oracles. Javelin spam, you're gonna love that. This is Valencia from the campaign. Surrounded by walls, no towers. Quite nice, actually. So hippodrome in the middle. Didn't use the hill much. Not sure if there is anything else to really cover here. Yeah, it's just all of the designs are this, which is fine. What's not fine is these connections. You would prefer to eliminate that because it's causing inefficiencies in your city. What's this engineers like? Actually, fire. Prefects, yeah, he has to have a lot of extra prefects. Like this is a desert block sort of situation. You would be building 2 prefects for this loop. It's because of the connections. Just why? Why do you force yourself to do inefficient things? Just causing you to build excess amount of stuff. He does have 1,000 unemployed people. So employment is not a problem, money as well. It's just not needed to do it like this. What about the engineers? Yeah, engineers are kind of tight in these areas. But he has quite a few. It forces me to think different ways to plan the city. But it's inefficient. And you have to build extra services, that's horrible. When you know that you could build it better and efficiently. But that causes me immense pain. Doesn't matter. Well, clearly it does for some people. It's not good to cripple yourself like this, but it works. Open field, then just fold a bit some standard block without having to really think about it. Well, that's what the game is, unfortunately. Campaign maps are flat, apart from some cliffs. you have this. Especially if you remove trees. So, well, limitations, artificial limitations that you know, I'm fine with building irregular things. I thought you might glean some insight into my mind with playing my maps, but this is not the way to do it. I'm not gonna intentionally cripple myself and then say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna limit myself even though I can build something nice and efficient. I'm gonna build something inefficient because I have to, and if the map is cruel and has limitations in terms of terrain, I'm fine with it because it's like, yeah, I cannot do anything else, or rather I have to come up with a design that actually will work even under these extremely difficult circumstances. But this is not it. This is, the game clearly wants you to standardize your designs with this layout, because limiting yourself is fun for a challenge, but if you play the game continuously over a long period of time while building inefficient things, it's just you are playing the game wrong. This is not how this game works. But whatever, like, of course everyone can play how they want. It's just boggling to my mind how people are limiting themselves. Yeah, I'm salty because I don't agree with this. I don't agree at all. But it's just me, apparently, so, you know, maybe you're in a majority. I don't care. I consider it a heresy, so... I will build irregular things. I've built irregular things on stream many times, but the map needs to be cruel. I'm not gonna do it on my flat terrain. I love your rants. Okay, I think that's been enough ranting though. We took a look at quite a few cities. I think that's been enough. I hope I haven't roasted any of them savagely, even though I didn't agree with some of the things that were used. I must say that some of the things were quite nice. In terms of, if you don't know anything about this game and just look at this, it looks very natural, so same with Fairby cities. In that case, it's nice. Ellington, objectively reviewing. It's subjective. Can you look at it, my Valencia map? Yes, I can. I think I have it. Maybe I didn't grab it. Don't say let for you. That was the one I did on stream as a challenge, I think. I'm gonna have to grab it, I think. No, we can still have it. I can just go to Haven and grab it real quick. This is the guard. I mean, I can play very well, but not all people agree with how I play. But as I said, I'm not gonna limit myself if I don't have to. Therefore I love mean maps. Londinium, Valencia without removing any trees. There it is. I made a custom one. Oh yeah, that's the other one, okay. Let me grab it. It's taking a little while to download. Looks like Haven is not having a good time today for some reason. I don't think I'm downloading anything else. Steam is shut off. Maybe it's because of the streaming, but my download speed is really low. So gonna have to wait a little bit. We can talk about something if you want. It's like 7 minutes or something. You can take a look at the hideous Mediolanum again. Yeah, 7 minutes for a file that has like 30 megabytes. Triple the roads. The stream is stable. It's fine. I think it's Haven having trouble or something. This is not how roads work. Triple the frickin' roads. Just again, I'm staring at this with awe. Just... I wouldn't be able to do this. Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could pull it off. One, I don't use forced walkers. You sent it on Discord, okay. Maybe that's gonna be faster actually. We just grab it. Yeah, that's like instantaneous. After this city I got new idea how to build the roads, says Maria's Banana. No, please don't. Or rather, go ahead and try it, and you will see how hard you fail, because you need to have an extensive knowledge. This man who has made this map knows absolutely everything. And he is a master at the game, no doubt. You wouldn't be able to pull it. I couldn't pull it off. I doubt you would be able to. You need force walkers. And master them, like force to one by one things. I'm gonna build all cities like this now. That's very much no. Okay, let's take a look at it. This is a map I played on stream. It's very generic because you can remove the trees, but this is a map or a city made by Fairby, which is a man who takes ecology to the next level while building huge Roman cities without removing a single shrub or a tree. They actually look like real roads, but look like it's not what the game is. I mean, looks are the least. Like, if there is a list of things that I care about, the looks are something that's like buried deep underneath all the other things. That's the flaws, is the tree. Maybe. Let's take a look at the road layout. Okay, small block here because the trees are very limiting in this area. You can see how nice it's gonna be next to you, yeah, clearly. Because I'm reviewing the cities, even though many of them were force walkers. Fairby has managed to get luxury palaces on this cliff, which is something. Definitely an achievement. A Grand Temple series to feed all these people because some of the farmland is blocked off. He cannot reach the other bank because the trees are blocking every single access point to the bridge. Yeah, I was just about to mention that. So everything is just made to be as tight as possible because you need to. If you don't remove any trees, this is a major place for your citizens. Looks like you designed your blocks here. There is one standardized one. There are some trees. This is what you would end up with tactical rocks usually. If you imagine rocks instead of the trees, this is how we would have it on my maps. But Fairby refuses to remove any trees. Therefore, they are as solid as stone. I had to remove Lararii and place one by one houses instead to get the population. So close it was. Okay. Sounds not very fun. Must have been really difficult to pull it off. A lot of pottery industry in here. Huge money. How many forts do you have? Looks like 5. Okay. And the Grand Temples, we have Venus, Neptune, Ceres. No space for the 6th, yeah. Impressive. I mean, the row layouts are gonna be a little bit messy, for sure. Like this. But it's because of the trees. Because there is no reasonable space left. You cannot reach this. I use Neptune for water access too, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, you can see that. So all these guys are getting fountains from the Neptune temple. Culture spamming here. Be able to do the culture goal. Save some space. Yeah, the 5% population buff is huge. But you don't want to have as many houses. Okay, anything else to cover here? I like the use of the garden walls. I don't usually use them all that much. It's good to see someone else using some other things. I usually just go with goddess statues because I can spam them easily and have to individually go into the menus and click them one by one. I really hate building desirability things like that. An event for large insulae. I guess second food type would have been difficult to achieve. It's a central map, so you need all the wheat to be able to feed these people because it's 15,000 pop. See the school above the palaces. This one? There was a house there before. Devolved. This one? Yeah, from the road, right? Yeah. Cliff dwellers. Some large temples to save space on temple spamming. Yeah. Cliff dweller. Throwing down all the money. Yeah, that's how it works. Usually, you can actually use that on some maps like Denim to get access to people down the hill. Alright, I think that's enough reviewing for one day. This city needs more support, that says Lettington. Yeah, for sure. I was actually thinking I could do a tips and tricks video on YouTube for Bagos, maybe. How far did you manage to get, by the way? I'm gonna take a look if there is someone we can raid. Nothing really interesting. Guess you can raid Idishes. Out area 3 and got stuck. No, you can do it. You can do it. You are not playing on the hardest. There is no excuse. We'll need to reconfigure my evolution. Yeah, just reset it. Pick up some other stuff. Yeah, I hope it was at least a little bit entertaining. And not too salty. So, anyways, thanks for watching and see you around. Bye. I'm gonna raid Idishes, so stick around for some extra points if you want to. Too many tanks, they destroy all my turrets. Yeah, as I said, the tanks are very good against structures.